Morning, everyone. It is Rollie. So if you're catching the replay, #replay, let me know that you're joining. And if you are catching live, #live. So I am super excited to be back. So we didn't get a weekly Oracle card message last week. I was busy with the women's conference and I wasn't sure whether or not I would end up jumping on at a different time, but it was definitely not going to happen during the conference. And so then I opted not to jump on during the weekend at all, so like afterwards. So today I'm pulling cards from Find Your Happy, so the daily mantra deck. So I'm a little later than normal, simply because I was just enjoying, this is my last week or last day off. Actually, I have to work tonight, but this was my last week, or last day of the week that things were just kind of calm and quiet, because after the conference, I always book off time. So itchy foot. So I always have that time for myself. And so I took advantage of that time. And then of course we had the time change. So I was just kind of like loafing around, laying around. I was still up early this morning, but I was just kind of like, just relaxing. So Find Your Happy daily mantra deck is what I'm using today. And so I'm going to start off with our 3 cards. So for anybody who is new, that is not familiar with what it is that I'm doing, is that if you're catching me on my personal page, on Rollie Holistic Life and Wellness Coach page, on Bridging the Gap Wellness Center page, then I will end up disappearing after I've provided our weekly cards for the week, for our group cards. And then I sneak away, and on YouTube and on Mind, Body, Heart, and Soul Connection, then I continue with being able to provide all of anybody who's on my list with their weekly messages, or if somebody's coming on and that wants a message, then they're welcome to join. So you have to be inside the group in order for that to happen. But what I decided to do at the beginning of 2022 is to go back to doing it publicly for our group pages. And then I switched over to the group when I'm doing just our individual messages. I didn't drink very much water yesterday, and so I'm super thirsty today. Lots of thirsty today. Okay, so our first 3 messages, our first of our 3 messages with Find Your Happy is, so it didn't work out, and that's a beautiful thing. So that is our first message for this week. So it didn't work out, and that's a beautiful thing. And so it's really interesting because I am reading a book right now that is talking just about that. And so that's so that is our message for this week. And hey, Mary, how's it going? And so, so I'm planning out a number of different things. And so if things don't work out, that's one of the things that I need to be reminded of. But who else needs to be reminded of that? Sometimes we expect things to go exactly the way that is in our head, and that's not always the way that things happen. And so of course I've got a jumper. And so the next one is, out of difficulties grow new beginnings. I trust the process. So the first one was for us to be reminded this week that if it didn't work out, but that difficulties grow, bonjour Melissa, but out of difficulties grow new beginnings. And so the other thing is listening to my feelings. So I listen to my feelings. So these are going to be messages that we need to remember for this week. Okay, so the next one, our last but not least. So we have lots of things happening this week. Lots of things are closing all at the same time. So our seasonal divinity boxes close on Tuesday. Soulful Life Hacks closes for registrations for this coming seasons. Closes on Tuesday, and everything just all seemed to happen. And for our women's retreat in Mattawa that, yay, we get to do an in-person retreat. I'm super excited. And that one there, the early bird closes on Tuesday as well. So it just so happens that everything closes on Tuesday. So Tuesday apparently is going to be a very busy day. So I am open and willing to live my life in new ways. And then the last one says, love is the key to my success. And this one here, what I'm picking up from this one is that it is about ourselves. So it's not about loving everybody else and making sure everybody else is okay. It's about loving ourselves. So the first one was, it didn't work out, and that's a beautiful thing. Out of difficulties grow new beginnings, and I trust the process. I listen to my feelings. I am open and willing to live my life in new ways. So really kind of, I love this, right? So it really ties into this one. Like they all tie in together as anyway, and love is the key to my success. So those are our group messages. And I will share those at the end for anybody who is on the private call. So now I'm going to say adieu to anybody on my profile, on my personal profile. So bye everybody. I will talk to you guys next Sunday. And then I'm now going to go to Bridging the Gap Wellness Center. And again, I will see everybody on some people I will see you guys tonight for angel messages. And so if you are catching this and you wanted to participate in angel messages, groups are now in person again. So if you want to come and join us, then shoot me a message because there is a couple of spots left, but you can't register on your own at this time. So you'll only be able to register for April sessions. Okay, so goodbye. I will see you guys next week. And last but not least is Rollie Holistic Life and Wellness Coach. So if I disappear and you're no longer here, is because you need to be inside the Mind, Body, Heart, and Soul Connection group. So otherwise, I will see you guys later. Bye for now. Okay, so we have 2 out of the 5 people are still here. So I'm going to assume that Melissa is one of them and that Mary is the other. Is that who's on with me right now? Melissa and Mary? So I'm going to start with, who am I going to start with today? Where am I going to start? I'm going to start with Kai today. That's funny. Both of you guys who commented, both of you guys are here. Yay! Okay, so I'm going to start with Kai today. So Kai, your message is, I have enough time, energy, and money for what I care most about. So that is something for you to be able to remind yourself. I have enough time, energy, and money for what I care most about. So it's about being able to set priorities this week, because that's one of the things that we often do, is that we forget to set priorities, or we dismiss the things that are supposed to be important to us. And so that is really important. Melissa, did you order the book that Christy had written? The reason I'm asking is because I think that it's really good, and I think that you might enjoy it. If you didn't buy it or order it, then I can just loan you mine. I was thinking about it as I was reading this morning. It's like, oh, Melissa needs to read this one. So Ethel is the next one. So I do not cheat on my future with my past. And so this one here is really important, and not that the other ones aren't important either, but this one here is really important for us to be able to remember that we need to live in the present. So when we stay stuck in the past, or when we're worrying about all the things that could have been, should have been, might have been, are take away from where it is that we are right now. And issues are just old patterns I need to address. And so again, how fitting that those two go together. So that is Ethel's message. So next is Richard. So I actually put the three of you guys together today. I know that sometimes you have to listen to all of them, like a whole bunch of them, before you can actually get all three messages. So you actually get to hear all of them together. So if somebody is on and you are not on the weekly list, then let me know if you would like a card. If you are on the weekly list, then I will be getting to your messages. So Richard's message is, situations don't hurt, expectations do. So sometimes we need to lower that bar of the things that we are needing to do. It's always good for us to be able to have ambitions, but sometimes we need to lower that. So when I follow my heart, I am abundant, successful, and free. So that is your message for this week, Richard. Our one and only guy getting a message every week. So next I'm going to go to Louise. So Louise, your message this week is, the universe has a plan greater than mine. So that is something to remember. So the universe has a plan greater than mine. So sometimes, again, we expect all these things to go a certain way, and that is something that is really important for us to, and that seems to be a lot of the messages coming up today seems to be about being able to just kind of letting go. So Tracy, Miss Trey, I allow myself to feel. It is a detox for my soul. I allow myself to feel. It is a detox for my soul. Let me put the period where it belongs. So that is your message, Miss Tracy. So allowing yourself to feel. What an interesting concept. Francine isn't on. That's one of the things that I'm always telling Francine. Feel the feels. Feel the feels. I'm super excited about the retreat. We have not had any, well, we did have something in person we did have a couple of day retreats, but we haven't been able to have like the full weekend retreat in person. And so with everything lifting, I'm super excited. So on April 22nd, the weekend of April 22nd, we are going to be in Mattawa and completely off the grid. So off the grid means like there's no power. We get solar power, everything's solar powered. We also have zero cell service or internet connection. So literally when I'm driving down the road, I stop and send my husband, like there's like a one spot that I turn the corner and then I go in, and then I send my husband a message and say, hey, I'm losing connection. Bye. See you later. And so then I completely disconnect from the world. So at some point, because it's very spotty for the internet connection down the actual road, and then I don't know how many meters or whatever it is, but like there's like zero connection. And so I send him a message and say, okay, bye, see you later. I'm disappearing for the weekend. And so we only have, I can't remember now if it's 4 or 5 spots that are left, but it's really exciting. So we're actually going to get to spend a weekend with the ladies. And so super excited about that. So Miss Cindy, your message is next. My dreams are the signature to my potential. So my dreams are the signature to my potential. And I know that for you, this time of the year starts to get very crazy busy for you. And so hopefully you have time to dream and have time to slow things down at different points. Holy smokes. We've got them just flying out of the deck. So Miss Shelley, you've got cards just flying. I can't wait to go on the retreat. I guess I'll be journaling instead off. I'm confused. So I guess I'll be journaling instead of my phone. Do you mean that you're not going to be able to journal on your phone? I'm confused. I'm not understanding what it is that you're saying, but I can't wait for the retreat either. So I do a retreat instead of being on my phone. Yes, definitely. And there's going to be lots of opportunities for journaling because we'll be diving into some things. But we also have some time for reflections. And so, yeah, it's incredible. So, but yeah, so we go. So normally I do this once a year in Mattawa. And so so in 2020, I couldn't do it because of the lockdowns. In 2021, I couldn't do it because of the lockdown and restrictions. Because I think we were open, but there were restrictions as to households at that point. I don't remember now. I just knew that I couldn't do it in 2021. And so 2022 in the fall, I will definitely still be doing our annual retreat, but this is a rebirth to new beginnings with spring and with the opening, and yay, I'm so excited. Okay, so back to Shelley. So Shelley, I am gentle with myself in transitions. So I am gentle with myself in transitions. And the other, and apparently my microphone is in the way. I don't know how come it's like in the way today, but it's in the way today. Okay, so the universe has a plan. And I guess maybe I'm just sitting over in one spot too much because like of course I talk with my hands. Of course I do. The universe has a plan greater than mine. And I do not cheat. So you've got this one as well. So I do not cheat on my future with my past. So the universe has a greater plan than mine. I am gentle with myself in transitions, and I do not cheat on my future with my past. So stay present. Stay right now in the here and now, Shelley. That's where you need to be. In the here and now. My phone is going off like crazy, and I don't know what it is. I'm getting a whole pile of notifications. Okay, so Sharon, you're next. So Sharon, I don't overthink my current situation. So I don't overthink my current situation. So just again, being present. Be present, be in the moment, and don't move out of that. So Angie is next. So Angie's message, what is Angie's message today? Try and get all my water in before. Like I said, I'm super thirsty from not having drank enough yesterday. But I have this thing that I've been doing since we've been doing Thrive. So Thrive is finished now, and what we were doing, or what was suggested, is that I have a bottle in all the rooms that I work. So I have one in here. I have one in the living room area. I have one in my room. I have one in the kitchen. And so then wherever it is that I am, I can drink. But yesterday, I went out yesterday. I had a full day off yesterday that I had nobody that I needed to deal with, no clients, no anything. And so I went out for the first time in, I don't know, and it was also warmer. So I have to also give credit to like the fact that it's the weather's better. So I have had some time off. Actually, before the Christmas conference, that doesn't usually happen a whole lot. But I had like the full day that I had nothing that I had to do. And so then I waited for my husband to finish work. And then we went out I went for lunch. He went for breakfast, for a late breakfast for himself. And then from there, we went and visited with my sister. So, which I don't see very often. So I went and visited with my sister. And yeah, so then when I came home, I started reading a book. And so it's been great. So today, and like I said, this morning, I actually kind of lounged around a little more because I just wanted to. Okay, so Angie, your message is situations don't hurt, expectations do. So you have that message. I think it was Richard that had that one. And so I allow myself to feel it is a detox for my soul. So we've seen both of these today. So those are your messages for this week. So situations don't hurt, but expectations do. So these would actually be really great affirmations to to use in my daily affirmations. And okay, so next is Christine. So Christine est la prochaine. So Chris, your message is, I deserve better. So I don't know what it is that's going on. I don't know what it is that's happening this week, but you need to remind yourself that you deserve better. So that is, and that could be in friendships, that could be in a relationship, that could be with yourself. So I deserve better is your message this week. And Mary has a jumper. So one thing that I like about, or that I miss about being here is that I don't get to have my yard. I love to be able to sit in my yard in the spring when the lilac bush is starting to bloom and working from outside. And I think about it every time I see Mary. So my future starts today, and the right choice is the choice that feels expansive and joyful. So whatever it is that you have that you're supposed to be choosing, you need to be choosing, but it starts today. So my future starts today. That is your message, Mary. So I'm not sure what it is that you have been contemplating, but whatever it is, you need to take action today. And maybe that action is making that decision that you may have been sitting on the fence about. I'm going to have this bottle finished, I think, by the time that we're done today. So, did you see that one fly out? I don't know if you guys saw that one. So, Kim McDonald, you have a jumper. Like, you literally have a flyer. Because it just flew literally right up the deck. You're welcome, Mary. I hope that helps you. So I am compassionate with myself. It takes time to heal. So I am compassionate with myself. It takes time to heal. And new choices bring new results. We have lots of choices today. So new choices bring on results. But it also is a reminder that you need to that time it takes time to heal. So I'm excited for angel messages in person. We were able to do angel messages in person, I think, before Christmas, and then we shut back down again. And then so now angel messages in person again. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, so next person is Francine. I allow myself to feel. It is a detox for my soul. So that is, and that's funny. That is funny that this card came up for you, Francine, because when this card came up for whoever it was at the beginning, that was one of the things that I said is that that is something that I tell Francine all the time. So what message does she get this week? I love how the universe works. I love how the universe works. So, Lori Blair. I am compassionate with myself. It takes time to heal. So that is your message. And the other one is everything isn't happening to me. It's happening for me. So sometimes we need to just change our perspective on whatever situations it is that is going on. So, Melissa. So I just want to say congratulations to Melissa on a fabulous, fabulous job of being one of our speakers. We had an opening for our conference speakers. And so I kind of threw it out there to Melissa and said, this would be really great for you. And then I said, but I wasn't expecting that she was going to say yes. And she did. she jumped all over it. And so last minute, she jumped in and she shared her dream and her passion and how she has recovered and healed from postpartum. So I love it. So thanks, Melissa. The only approval I need is my own. And I feel abundant and live a rich life. So I love how this one comes up, because here I am talking about how incredible that it was and how amazing that things were for you. But it's a reminder that the only approval that I need is my own. Right? So even though I'm bragging about you, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter my opinion. It doesn't matter other people's opinion. What matters is your opinion. You're the only one who gets to decide what is best for you. Hello, Francine. So that is Melissa's message. So Diane is next. So Diane, my future starts today. So that is your message, Diane. So my future starts today. So whatever it is that you've had on hold, it's time to start moving forward. Hello, Francine. I'm good. How are you today? And Kelly, my dear friend Kelly. I loved spending the weekend with you last weekend. So my life is a courageous, creative adventure. So my life is a courageous, creative adventure. So that is your message, Kelly. And Marilyn. No, I purposely went on late this morning. So with the time change, I was just kind of loafing around. Not that I was doing nothing, but I was just kind of doing my own little thing. And I was working on something and just wanted to finish it. And I'm like, no, I'm going to push it back. Spring has pushed back our hour. I'm going to push it back too. So that's what I did. Even though I was still up earlier this morning, but I was up in plenty of time because I was up at 7 o'clock with Sheldon. I slept for a little bit. So about 7:45 is when I literally got out of bed. So Marilyn, it will be nice to meet you tomorrow in person. I'm hoping that I'm not going to be, I don't remember what my schedule looks like. I know that Diane gets to meet you tomorrow, but hopefully I get to meet you in person tomorrow too. That's perfect for me. So, Marilyn, your message is, my dreams are the signature to my potential. My future starts today, and everything happens for a reason. And so I use that. That is one of my statements that I say all the time, is everything happens for a reason, simply because even in those moments of trauma, even in those moments of chaos, there's still a lesson in there that I need to learn. And so there's something that I'm able to take out of that, even though I don't want to take something out of it at that particular moment. Everything happens for a reason is something that I say all the time. Sabrina, you have a jumper. So Sabrina, my life gets better by change, not by chance. So we get to change the trajectory of where things are going. So how I feel is more important than how I look. So those are your messages for this week, Sabrina. And last but not least is Marianne. So Marianne, Marianne, your message is, I deserve better. So that is your message for this week. I deserve better. So those are our messages for this week for everybody individually. And our group messages, in case you missed it at the beginning, was, love is the key to my success. I am open and willing to live my life in new ways. Out of difficulties grow new beginnings. I trust the process and I listen to my feelings, and it didn't work out, and that's a beautiful thing. So those are our group messages. And yes, Francine, I did pull your card. I just assumed you had actually heard it because it was like right when you were coming on. So, and it had to do with feelings, and your feelings are valuable. I can't remember what the actual comment was or what the affirmation was, but it had to do with feeling your feelings. So I know that that's what you had, because it was funny because I had actually mentioned you when somebody else got that card. So those are our messages for this week. I will be back at 11 next week. And so this is the deck that I used, Find Your Happy Daily Mantra deck. So I am super excited for this week. So we have in-person is all starting back up again. And we have the retreat coming up. On the 20th, we start our new season for Soulful Life Hacks. So if you haven't got signed up for any of these things, definitely take a look at it. Angel messages tonight in person. So if you are local and you want to be able to come and do angel messages, in person is the best, because the experience is just so much different. And yeah, so that is what we're doing this week. So anyway, I will chat with all of you guys later. And for those of you who are joining me for angel messages, I will see you later this afternoon or this evening. Bye for now. Talk to you guys.